So I'm here with the cast of Avatar and the director and writer of Avatar. Sigourney, you are reuniting with Mr. Cameron after making such a iconic sci-fi movie as Aliens. How has the working relationship changed, or has it since then?
Well, it's been so much fun. I mean, I think it was so lovely for me. I always felt so supported by Jim. I love the women he creates. He loves women. He believes in our power and our strength, without making us humorless, which is a mistake a lot of male writers make. And he created this amazing world with these very powerful characters in it, and I was so delighted to come on board and be part of this cast and be part of telling this story, which is about sort of finding the hero in all of us, and yet it's so completely different from Alien and any other story you've ever seen or heard about. So it was a joy for me, an absolute joy from beginning to end.
Yeah, plus we got to do different stuff. I mean, your character is very different than Ripley. You know, I mean,
I was inspired by him actually in my character a bit, because he is such a good geek. You know, he knows how everything works.
Actually, her character is a complete social curmudgeon. That's the part that she drew upon me for.
That's not true. That's not true.
And so you're having quite a sci-fi year between Star Trek and Avatar. What's that been like for you, first of all?
It's been wonderful. I grew up in a very sci-fi home, and I am a self-proclaimed sci-fi geek. I just happen to dress better. I always say that because I'm like, I don't know. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful, and I walk a fine line with what is it exactly that's considered sci-fi or whatever, because to me there's just there are stories that compel me, and female roles that I really would die to play, because they really resemble the kind of women that I see every day, whether in space or on a different planet or here on Earth, and the kind of people the kind of women that I would like to emanate. So to get to sort of play that and play two characters in two different movies that are strong and very well driven and not humorless is it's a good year, I feel, for a woman, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And you play a character that, if I understand correctly, is essentially all virtual. You yourself are never on camera. You're playing a person. What was that like as an actress?
Well, to find not really on camera. That's because that's when we sort of walk a very fine line in terms of what people believe that's CG and what's motion capture. Right? 'Cause they're two different things.
Well,
right?
the camera is a close up. It's kind of basically locked to your head rig, so the camera is a close up 100% of the time. Yeah. So you're sort of never in a wide shot when you're doing facial performance capture.
Yeah, it's basically, and I remember going into this project and asking him infinite questions. I'm like, and please tell me when I've crossed the line, because I just have so many questions. I don't really know how this technology works and everything. And my thing, I think, as an actor, was how much am I going to be losing in terms of the control that I have over this character. And in reality, you're not going to lose a single, you know. And it's about also working with a good director that you trust completely, and who other than Jim to sort of be very respectful and honorable with an actor's performance and have that be the only thing that translates.
I think now we're through the process, and you can look at the final result. You could be even better next time. Not that I can imagine you being better, because you're so fantastic. You both are. But since you know on a movie set, you're used to working to a camera. Yeah. But there's no camera in the virtual capture. We did a lot of takes because you just get better on every take. So why wouldn't?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, to write characters who have so many layers. I mean, my character was very moving to me, because I know a lot of women who've given up family to pursue something they loved. And in this story, what's so moving to me is that Grace has given up a lot, but through her work and through being on Pandora, she is a member of a community, and she does have a family, and all of this, you know, that she is a curmudgeon, but when she's with Jake and Natiri and the rest of them, you see this woman with this enormous heart come through. And I have to say, I just saw the film the other night. Even I was surprised by how much that was, you know what I mean? Because I was trying to hide it I mean, as Grace.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it just gets beyond her, because so much happens that she has dreamed of happening, and because of Jake and Natiri, her dreams come true. Shouldn't talk about it too much.